Hello, my name is Lady Fallout Girl. You may have seen me in videos with Mixelplix. We've been streaming for nearly a year together, and I've really enjoyed being a guest on his channel, and it's motivated me to make my own build video. Today, I've had some really great luck playing Anthem. When we were out this evening doing our GM1 Legendary contract, I got the final component I needed to become a Legendary Storm. So I just wanted to go over my build and show you what happens when you hit Legendary. I'm going to go into the forge and activate my final component. You know, it's really exciting. I've been playing about 156 hours to get to this point. I've done it just by grinding away on the events, grinding away on the free play, grinding away on the strongholds, and especially the legendary contracts, which is where I got my last bit of luck tonight. As you can see, I am a Masterwork Storm character currently, level 504 power. I'm going to go into my components. At the moment, my last Masterwork was the Mark of Wrath. If I go in, I can see tonight I was lucky enough to get the Token of the Pupil. Really excited. There it is. Ooh, Legendary Storm. Oh, and it's very sparkly. And it changes to 506, and that is indeed what you need to become legendary. So I'm not sure how many other legendary storms there are flying around in Anthem, but I'm really proud that I'm one of them. And I couldn't have done it with all the help from our group, Torrentino and Royals and Mixelplix, obviously. Yeah. So let's go over what it took for my character to get to legendary. So I have all 6 components which are legendary. They are the Mark of Ruin, Amulet of Winter, the Tome of Precision, Token of the Pupil, Token of the Master, and the Mark of Clarity. Because I've only just managed to get legendary, I haven't really been able to pick my build. I've just sort of had the luck of whatever I've been given for my legendaries. But it's been a lot of fun playing all the different routes getting here with all my different masterworks that I had been spending time leveling up in the meantime. Let me go over what each one of these items adds to my character's build. The first one is the Mark of Clarity. This one increases all of my elemental damage resistance by 35%. Clearing a status restores 20% of my armor, and this can happen once every 10 seconds. And I got a pretty decent roll here. I get 5% extra thruster speed, as well as a 45% supply drop rate increase. My next component is Token of the Master. This one gives me increased blast damage of 35%. Now some of you might notice here it says RB and LB. That's because I play on a PC with a controller. Kind of a cross between playing on the Xbox and playing on the PC, because I've been both. PC gamer and an Xbox gamer in the past. So for me, it's the best of both worlds. For you, you might see it might be your Q or your E for your PC. But hitting the enemy with an RB increases my LB damage by 60% for 5 seconds. My ammo is 25% increased, and my pistol ammo is increased by 15%. The next is the Token of the Pupil. This increases my number of combo chains by 2. Hitting an enemy with LB increases my RB damage by 60% for 5 seconds. Now I really like the stats I have on this one. Overheating, which is always a problem for me flying around. I have an 18% delay on that, which is really helpful being a storm character. And I have a small amount of repair increase of 7%. Moving on, I have the Tome of Precision. This increases my electric damage. Lucky for me, I use an electric on this character. It increases the effect by 5%. Sniper rifle weak point kills also increase my electric damage for 60% for 5 seconds. So I am always looking for weak point kills so I can have this increase. My thruster life, 35% increase roll on this, I was so happy with, as well as an increase of 20% on my ultimate speed. That's the speed in which my ultimate takes to recharge. So it's 20% faster just having this one component alone. That's really great. Moving on, I have the Amulet of Winter. Again, ice damage. I do use ice damage, so this was a really helpful component. It increased by 5%, and the ice effect also increased by 5%. However, if you apply the ice effect increase by weapon damage by 40% for 20 seconds. Again, a really great stat. My shield refresh goes down by 18%, which means my shield comes up quicker when I get damaged, and also I got 19% roll for shotgun ammo. And my last component is the Mark of Ruin. This increases my fire damage, and although I don't have any fire damage currently, the fire effect is also increased by 5%. While it is recharging, damage increases for 20% for 20 seconds. I know I don't have any fire damage, but I also don't have another legendary component to make me a legendary storm, so when I do, this will be the one I will change. In the meantime, it does give me a supply drop increase of 40% and a repair increase of 9%. Very helpful. So those are all my components. Let's go and look at what else I'm rocking. I'm going to move on to the support seals, which are the only item, oddly, in the game that you cannot increase past this level, which is epic. I wonder if in the future they may change that, but currently that's not the case. However, because that's not the case, this is the one item which you can craft to try to get a really great roll, which for me, I was really fortunate to be able to get the rolls that I got on my quickening field, but it wasn't from having to do literally dozens and dozens and dozens of rolls. I ended up getting a 50% max increase on my shield, as well as 35% luck and a 4% repair increase. That really is important playing this game, having luck. I think luck is supposed to be targeted to try to increase around 90%, so I've been told. Mine is only at 80, but it does seem to make a difference having high amounts of luck to be able to get really great drops. So this is one of my 2 luck items that I'm rocking in this build. Here's my 35% luck, and half of my max shield increase comes from my quickening field. Really very lucky. If I move on over to my weapons, that's where my other luck is sitting. My Vasa's Surprise. I was so thrilled to get this one. It was one of my first legendaries. It gives me 80% max shield increase. Again, really helps with my character, which is very much a glass cannon. I do die a lot flying around if I'm not careful, so always watch where your enemies are and try to control them as you're flying around. This gives me 45% luck increase, negative 20 recoil on my weapon, a 9% clip increase, gives me a few more bullets, and yeah, it's really great. My other weapon, which is the one I typically use, shooting, is the one I use the most. I have an increased damage of 200% with this weapon, which already had a damage of 1200, but on this one I had a roll of 175% weapon damage increase. Also, heavy pistol damage of 20%, meaning this pistol really hits for a whack. Really good. So yeah, those are my weapons. When I move on to the other 2 items, I didn't have a whole lot of choice because I only had a few other legendary choices. I went with my focus seal that I liked the most, rather than going for one that was a detonator along with a primer. For me, I really like Status Chain, and I found a Status Chain with really great stats. It has 250% gear increase on it, and the damage increase on it was already 5,144, so it really hits for a lot, all on its own. It also has a 50% elemental damage increase, along with some repair and 30% more ammo. Really helpful when you're out there needing more bullets. My last seal was the only choice I had in the category, which for my last item for my legendary storm is called Winter's Wrath. Again, this is really great because it's ice, and if you remember, I had a component that helped me increase my ice. So here's my ice item. It detonates a series of icy explosions at a targeted location. Defeating an enemy from above refills the charges, and it can recur once every 10 seconds. So I can really use this a lot when I'm flying around. It keeps recharging, and I really enjoy it. It also has a gear damage increase of 28%, as well as a 10% elemental damage, a repair drop rate increase of 40%, and an additional repair drop rate of 25%. So that's it, my legendary storm character. I'm not sure how many other legendary storms are flying around, but if you see me, please say hi. And I appreciate you watching my video. This is my very first video all on my own, although I have been streaming for some time with Mixelplix, And if you ever get some time to watch us, we do stream 5 nights a week on his channel, Pixelplix. Thank you very much. Have a great day.